What if 5 minutes a day could do more for your body than a half-hour walk? It sounds unbelievable, but when I started reviewing recent geriatric health research, this exact idea kept showing up. A major study in the Lancet Public Health revealed that older adults who practiced short, focused strength and balance routines had fewer hospital visits and remained independent for more years than people who depended only on walking. That's not an exaggeration. We're talking about results from just 5 minutes outperforming a 30-minute walk across key health measures scientists evaluated. The findings were strong enough that multiple research teams studying aging and mobility reported similar outcomes. Time and time again, compact functional routines proved more effective than walking alone when it came to maintaining strength and preventing physical decline. But here's the part that really stood out. 91% of the people in these programs were able to do the exercises right away, no matter their current condition or mobility level. No gym needed, no equipment required, just 5 minutes using your own body right where you are. Before we continue, take a moment and leave a comment with your age and one activity you wish you could move through more easily. Whether it's climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, or playing with your grandchildren, we're reading every message and replying to each one. Now, let's get started. We're about to reveal the 5 movements that make up this simple 5-minute plan. Each exercise targets a vital part of healthy aging, and together they form something researchers describe as a synergistic effect, where the combined impact is greater than any single movement alone.
Coming in at number 5 is the wall push-up with a pause. If this sounds too simple to matter, don't underestimate what this movement can do for your body at this stage of life. A 2023 report in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research discovered that light resistance movements like wall push-ups increased upper body strength by over 30% in adults older than 65, while also improving how quickly the muscles respond to signals from the nervous system. That faster response time plays a direct role in preventing falls. It affects how quickly you can brace yourself when you trip or lose balance. And this is exactly why this exercise earned a place in this routine. After age 65, your body naturally loses around 3% of muscle tissue every year unless you actively work against it. But strength isn't just about muscle size. It's also about how efficiently your brain communicates with your body. The brief pause in this movement sharpens what's called proprioception, your internal sense of where your body is in space. As the years go by, this ability weakens, and when it does, the risk of falling increases sharply. Training this awareness is just as important as building muscle. Here's how to do it properly. Stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your hands flat against the surface at shoulder level, spaced about as wide as your shoulders. Your feet can be close together or slightly apart, whichever feels more comfortable. Slowly shift your body forward, taking about 2 seconds to move until your face is close to the wall. Now, pause. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds. You'll feel your chest, shoulders, and arms working, and you may even notice your core muscles activating. Then gently press yourself backward to the starting position, again taking 2 full seconds. The speed matters here. This slow pacing creates what specialists call time under tension, which research shows works better for strength building after 65 than quick movements. Begin with 3 repetitions. Over the next 2 weeks, gradually build up to 8. If it becomes too easy, increase the distance between you and the wall. If it feels too difficult, simply step closer. Another study in Clinical Interventions in Aging found that older adults who practiced controlled pushing exercises several times per week improved upper body strength and their ability to recover from loss of balance, lowering their fall risk. Now let's move on to the next exercise, which targets one of the most essential skills for staying independent in daily life.
Number 4 is seated leg lifts with resistance.
This exercise works your hip flexors and thigh muscles at the same time while also activating your core for support. These muscles work together anytime you walk, step up on a curb, or rise from a seated position. Doctors even refer to walking speed as the sixth vital sign because it predicts long-term health and life expectancy better than many medical tests. And this movement helps improve it directly. Let's go over how to do it correctly. Sit tall in a solid chair with your back straight and both feet resting on the floor. During your first week, no weights are necessary. As your strength improves, you can add a light ankle weight. Even just 1 or 2 pounds can make a noticeable difference. Slowly extend your right leg forward, keeping it as straight as possible without forcing it. Try lifting until your leg is level with the floor, but if that feels difficult at first, go only as high as you comfortably can. Hold the position for 2 seconds. Then carefully lower your leg back down, stopping just before your foot touches the floor. That counts as 1 repetition. Here's an important detail many people overlook. Keep your back firmly against the chair the entire time. This keeps the work in the correct muscles and prevents you from using momentum or straining your lower back. Complete 8 to 12 repetitions on one side, then switch to the other leg. Rest for 15 seconds between sides. One reason this movement is so effective is because it trains one side at a time. This forces each leg to move independently, helping correct natural strength differences that build up over the years. Your body never loses the ability to get stronger. It simply needs the right type of challenge. If you're still following along and finding value here, drop the number 5 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, tap that button and the bell to stay updated on future videos. Now, let's move on to an exercise that transforms a motion you perform countless times each day.
Number 3 is the chair-assisted squat. The action of sitting down and standing back up is something you repeat many times each day, and it's often one of the earliest abilities to decline with age. This single movement activates more muscle groups at once than most exercises. Your glutes, thighs, hamstrings, core, and back all work together to lift and stabilize your body. If you're concerned about your knees, pay close attention here. When done properly, this exercise is not only safe, it can actually help reduce knee discomfort. Everything comes down to correct positioning and controlled movement. To begin, use a sturdy chair that places your knees at approximately a 90-degree angle when you sit. Stand directly in front of it with your feet about hip-width apart and let your toes angle slightly outward. This stance follows the natural structure of your hips and helps protect your knees. Fold your arms across your chest or reach them forward for balance. Now lower yourself slowly by pushing your hips backward first. Picture yourself reaching for a seat in a movie theater behind you without looking. This motion is critical because it activates your strong hip muscles instead of placing stress on your knees. Take about 3 seconds to lower. Gently make contact with the chair, but don't fully sit or rest. Keep tension in your muscles, then immediately push back up to standing. Drive through your heels and tighten your glutes as you rise. Take 2 seconds to return to standing. That completes 1 repetition. Start with 5 reps, and over the next 3 weeks, build up gradually to 12. What makes this movement especially effective is how it retrains your nervous system. Regular practice increases activity in the motor cortex, the part of the brain responsible for movement control. In other words, you're not only strengthening your body, you're sharpening your coordination and stability at the same time. Before we continue to the final 2 exercises, show your support by hitting the like button so other older adults can find this routine. And subscribe for more daily guidance on staying strong and independent. Now let's move on to an exercise that corrects a weakness most programs completely overlook.
Number 2 is standing heel lifts with balance control. This may look easy at first glance, but it works one of the most neglected areas in aging fitness, your lower legs and ankle strength. Here's something most people don't expect. Calf strength is the strongest predictor of whether a person over 65 will remain independent over the next 10 years. There's a powerful reason for this. Your calf muscles function like a second heart in your body, helping push blood upward from your legs back toward your chest. When these muscles weaken, circulation slows, swelling becomes more common, and the risk of blood clots goes up. Strong calves mean better blood flow and healthier legs. Now let's look at how to do this the right way. Stand behind a chair and rest your hands gently on the back if you need support. Press through the balls of your feet and lift your heels as high as you can. Then add the part that makes this exercise especially effective. At the top, hold your position for 3 seconds while keeping your eyes forward, not looking down. This activates your vestibular system, the balance center located in the inner ear, which naturally weakens as we age. After holding, slowly lower your heels back to the floor, taking a full 3 seconds to come down. According to muscle research, the lowering phase is where most strength gains actually happen. Begin with 8 repetitions and gradually work your way up to 15. Once you can complete 15 with good form while barely using the chair, challenge yourself further by performing the movement on one leg at a time. So what makes this exercise so valuable? It strengthens the exact muscles and connective tissues you rely on when you lose balance. When you trip, your body instinctively pushes through the toes to recover. If your calves are weak, that response isn't strong enough to stop a fall. Adding the balance hold teaches your muscles and brain to coordinate more efficiently, forming new neural connections that improve control and stability. This style of balance training has even been shown to increase gray matter in parts of the brain responsible for awareness and movement. And coming up next is the #1 exercise that's changing the way doctors view fitness in older adults. If you're still here and this has helped you, type #1 in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Your support truly makes a difference.
And finally, at number 1 is bird dog hold progressions. Once you understand the science behind this movement, it's easy to see why it's gaining so much attention in geriatric medicine. This is the only exercise that targets nearly every major aspect of healthy aging at once: core strength, balance, cognitive performance, back support, and even bone density. The research fully supports its benefits. The bird dog position challenges you to balance on one arm and the opposite leg while keeping a neutral spine. This diagonal pattern reflects the natural mechanics your body uses when walking or performing everyday movements. Here's how to do it correctly. Begin on your hands and knees on a soft, supportive surface like a mat or carpet. Place your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your spine neutral, not sagging or arching. Lift your right arm straight in front of you while simultaneously extending your left leg straight behind you. The goal is to form a single straight line from fingertips to toes. Hold this position for 5 seconds at first, focusing on keeping your hips level and avoiding rotation. Lower carefully, then repeat on the other side. That completes 1 repetition. Perform 4 repetitions per side. Progression is the key to maximizing results. In the first week, hold each side for 5 seconds. By the second week, increase the hold to 8 seconds. In the third week, you can add a small pulsing motion. Lift your arm and leg slightly higher, then return to parallel while maintaining the hold. For perspective, adults over 65 typically lose around 1% of bone density per year. Regular practice of this movement can help reverse that decline. It also has measurable effects on the brain, promoting growth of new neural tissue, essentially increasing brain volume at an age when most people are experiencing shrinkage.
So that's the complete 5-minute routine. Just 5 minutes, yet it produces benefits that can outpace traditional half-hour or hour-long walking sessions. Here's how the full sequence looks. Wall push-ups with a hold, 8 repetitions. Seated leg lifts, 10 reps per leg. Chair-assisted squats, 5 reps. Heel raises with balance, 8 reps. Bird dog holds, 4 reps per side. Aim to complete this circuit every day, or at minimum 4 times a week. Remember, the focus isn't on perfection, it's on steady progress. Start wherever you are.
even if that means doing easier variations or fewer repetitions. Your body is incredibly adaptable, and with consistent effort, improvements come quickly. Research consistently shows that it's never too late to begin. Even adults in their 90s have achieved measurable strength, balance, and mobility gains. Now, I want to hear from you. What has been your biggest challenge in staying consistent with exercise? And which of these 5 moves are you most eager to try first? Share your answers in the comments below. We read every single one and respond personally. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for daily senior fitness content rooted in real science. Thank you for watching, and here's to building your strength, confidence, and independence every single day.